Hi guys, wanted to take a moment and give you some back to school tools. And when I say back to school tools, I mean things that you should have day one for your scholar and practices that you should start to practice day one, week one with your scholar. And it's not too late to get started anytime, but as soon as you can, let's get started on some of these best practices for a successful school. Number one, make sure your scholar has their supplies. Day one, pencil, paper, notebook, pens if they're older scholars, calculators if they're older scholars. And you just want to make sure they walk in with that confidence knowing that they have the supplies that they need. Now, one thing that you kind of want to do as a parent once you give them those supplies is you have to monitor those supplies. I did have a sample of a book bag, and if you like to take a look at a shorter version of checking the book bag, then there's a video that you can watch for that as well, and it should be posted at the end of this video. But when you take a look at your scholar's book bag, and I mean you really do have to check their book bag daily. When you take a look at it, don't just look in the book bag, okay? You're gonna have to take this stuff out, place it down somewhere, let them know you're going through all of that in a moment. Take a look inside the book bag, and lo and behold, I promise you early on, you may find something that's worth a grade. That may be a 0 on a progress report later. It certainly does look like it's some work that a student did a lot of work for and may want the grade for it, okay? Or at least place it in the notebook. So this is something that I would put aside. And and some other little stuff may be in here, like this is just taking up space and may start to smell or something later, I don't know. You just want to check the book bag, clean it out, and get rid of stuff that doesn't really need to be in there. Now, once you take that book bag out and you have everything on display, I then at that point start to go through each one of the notebooks just to see what the teacher's doing, to also peruse and see what my scholar is doing, if they're on task and on target. When I find something blank, I'm gonna ask the scholar, well, why is this blank? Are you supposed to complete this? What's going on? See what I'm doing? I'm actually letting the student know that I am a part of the learning process. I do care about what's happening in the classroom. If there's nothing to see in the notebook, that says something about the classroom as well, okay? And then that may warrant a visit or something to kind of see where the student stands. So as you can see, yes, I'm still going through notebooks and we are looking pretty good. All right, we're even practicing some of the things we've been taught. We're doing some highlighting, very good. And another composition book. Here we are to the 3-ring binder. All right, y'all, I had to stand up on this one. This is one of the most important tools for organization for your scholar. The 3-ring binder. 3-ring binder because it has what? 3 rings. See, told you I'm a great teacher. Okay? The 3-ring binder, okay, is what you want to have for your scholar. You want to also have some dividers in that binder, and not just dividers, but you want to have dividers with pockets so that they can keep things organized and place things like this that I found in that book bag, remember, and check the book bag video. Put things like this where they go. And this is actually something that goes in the section here with the other work that is already there, okay? And clearly the scholar is trying to honor my wishes by not having anything loose in the book bag. My tip to them is if it's something that you know you need to put it away and organize it, just go ahead and place it in the book bag. But what you do is you place it in the book bag, but you slide it in that binder. Because Coach Clark might show up anytime and say, let me see that book bag, okay? Or your parent may say at any time, let me see that book bag. Okay, you can even start giving rewards when the book bag is organized, or at least you see them showing effort. Like this scholar did actually put some things here that actually need to be categorized and organized over here in the pocket folders. Now, what do you think it causes a student to do when they go back and organize things? Yes, it causes them to actually look at it again. They may even study for a second. Okay, so make sure that this is a common practice with your scholar. Now, the 3-ring binder, yes, I am organizing things, but sometimes it's going to get, like here we're getting a little, this teacher gives a lot of worksheets, okay? And as you can see, it's getting to be a little, just, raggedy around the edges here. So what I like to do at that point for my scholars is, these are also a wonderful tool to have. Sheet protectors. And what we're gonna do with these sheet protectors, and believe me, when the teacher flips through this notebook and sees that the student has it organized this well and cares this much about the information that they've been given, they are going to be highly impressed, okay, and appreciative. So let's show you how I'm gonna actually, it's a no-brainer, but we're gonna just put some things in the sheet protectors. Here we are putting this nice document in a sheet protector, and because it doesn't have a back, it has a front here and it doesn't have a back to it, I can actually use it again to put another document in it as well. Remember, I found this in the bottom of the book bag, so now it is kind of an ugly reminder to the student that look what we found in the bottom of your book bag. Now show your teacher and see if you need to get a grade for this. Okay? It's good. The student can now see all that stuff that they stuffed in there, just being organized. And again, it requires them to now what? Look at the stuff again, because I'm looking at it to see, does it go together? Or did I do it? What happened? So now you are causing them to actually look over daily what they need to do. Okay? Because how often are you checking the book bag again from the book bag, check the book bag video? Yes, daily. You're checking this book bag daily. Okay? So if you're checking it daily and you're also looking at this 3-ring binder, which causes them to check it daily, then you have already increased the participation in the learning for you and your scholar. Okay? Now let's take a look at how much neater this looks with our sheet protectors. Wow, wouldn't a teacher love just flipping through this? Yeah, if the work is done, they gotta do the work too, okay? Do your work, baby. Okay, so wouldn't a teacher love flipping through this though if they had to come to check a notebook and they see that this scholar has maintained it this well? Now also the 3-ring binder allows for a student to be able to put a composition book. Sometimes teachers require a composition book as well for the class. And they also sometimes require, I know in science often, they require a lab notebook as well. And when you have a 3-ring binder, such as a large one like this, you can kind of place lots of things in here and stay organized. Looks like this scholar has placed 3 subjects in this one large binder. Okay, and that's okay for me as well. But most students have 1 binder per class, especially as they get a little older and the subjects get a little more intense. So 1 binder here. This is a notebook, looks like for math. This binder part is separated with dividers, and it looks like 1 class here, and then this is a whole nother class, which is why we put these behind it, because it's starting to be a lot. And then this looks like a different class here, because these are the graph note sheets for the geometry class. So as you can see, the 3-ring binder can be a 1 big stop shop thing, or you can have several binders. But I am now going to put the binder back in the book bag because I have checked the book bag and the binder, and you have a better understanding of what the binder should look like and its purpose. 3-ring binder where they can put all of their information in, and as you can see, Micah is doing a wonderful job beginning the year with her dividers for each subject, and I think she's going to be putting some sheet protectors in here Did we give you some sheet protectors, Micah? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So did you have your book bag organized for me today pretty much?
Yes.
And there was a couple of things out of order, right?
Yes.
So we're going to get those things together. Thank you, Micah. She never wants to get on camera. Now, I'm really scared to give you this next kind of tool for back to school. Try your best to monitor your students' phone usage. Yeah, try your best. What can you do? Can you take the phone maybe for 2 hours in the evening? Take the phone maybe at bedtime? I don't know, good luck to you, but that is another back to school tool that I practice in my home. The phone has to be shut down for at least 2 hours because to be a successful scholar, it requires at least 2 hours of quiet dedication to your studies. So that is another back to school tool. Take that phone. So, emailing teachers. Back to school tool tip for day one. I would suggest sending out maybe an initial hello email to all teachers once you receive those syllabus. But at that point, there's no need to really email the teacher kind of asking, how's my student doing? How's he doing today? Did he do better today? The teacher is going to email you when they need to. Now at that point, once the teacher emails you and makes that communication with you, then it is your priority to respond to that email, okay? So that is a tip for you guys about emailing, especially day one or back to school tools. Make sure you do set that initial communication with the teacher. However, do not continuously email teachers about your students' progress. You should be able to use your tools and what you do with your scholar, checking the book bag, checking the binders. That should be kind of how you keep up with how your scholar is doing. And don't let your scholar tell you any funny business about, oh, well, we didn't have to do that. Oh, she just gave us that. Because why would a teacher just give them something? Think about it. So don't email the teachers that much. Email them to say hello and introduce yourself. We love that. However, give them the opportunity to email you should there be a need. And when they do, make sure you respond to that email. So right now, back to school tools, all scholars have an A, right? Classes just started, not quizzes, no tests, nothing's going on really. They're just turning in work, and of course they're doing all their work. So we all have A's. So let's make sure we help our scholars with these tools by checking their book bags, checking their binders, making sure we set that point of contact with our teachers, but not emailing too much, and making sure we respond to those emails as well. And I'm sure we will have a successful school year. Make sure you check out the previous videos and other videos about back to school.